Episode 9 is a very important film by Disney and Lucasfilm, but not just for them, but also to the Star Wars community in order for the Skywalker saga to wrap up completely in a satisfying way around the world for many fans out there. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people are very curious about this movie is, of course, exactly how J.J. Abrams will wrap up the entire Skywalker saga, and exactly how high budget this movie really is going to be. Now, we do know that a lot of money is going into this movie, and also a lot of money is actually prepped in order for reshoots to actually take place throughout February into March for the third act of this film. Of course, that's actually to be expected. You know, reshoots usually do happen with Star Wars movies out there. However, all thanks to Star Wars Newsnet, we actually learned about some of the actual Episode 9 reactions by a user who is connected to Episode 9 itself and expressed their opinions on the footage that they have seen so far behind the scenes. So, like I say, if you guys would like to go ahead and check out that full story below in the description, check it out below. It's a very interesting read for sure. All thanks to Star Wars Newsnet, great guys over there. It goes on to say this. He was willing to share the two co-workers that are longtime fans of the franchise and Legends material, one of whom enjoyed The Last Jedi and one who decidedly did not, were both immensely satisfied with the footage that was coming together, as in tears of joy satisfied. That's some high praise. He also noted that this praise didn't mean that fans would like absolutely everything in the film, but it certainly seems like Lucasfilm is happy with the film. It goes on to state that the scale of the film is incredibly large, even by Star Wars standards, and fans will be surprised. Filming is currently focused on the third act of the film, which only makes sense with how J.J. Abrams preferred to film his movies in sequence as much as possible. A lot is being filmed in a short period of time, which makes the technical accomplishments of the film all the more impressive. There's also an abundance of behind-the-scenes content being produced simultaneously during the production, so it's possible that we could see documentaries as extensive as Secrets of the Force Awakens, A Cinematic Journey, and The Director of the Jedi that hit the Blu-ray. One last thing he stated is that the Millennium Falcon is back, but that goes without saying. So the thing that really does pique my interest, and I want to go over the first piece here, is that the actual guy was willing to share that his two co-workers that are longtime fans of the franchise and Legends material, one of whom enjoyed The Last Jedi and one who decidedly did not enjoy the movie, were both immensely satisfied with the footage that was coming together, as in tears of joy satisfied. So Tears of Joy Satisfied tells us that J.J. Abrams is really pouring his heart and soul into this movie, and it must resonate with people out there, especially for somebody who did not like The Last Jedi. So one of the crew members did not even like Episode 8, and is actually loving the footage that is coming together for Episode 9. Now, the other thing that I do want to go over, which definitely lines up with what we actually went over a couple of months ago, is how Episode 9 is going to be implementing a lot of Legends and EU material into Star Wars Episode 9 itself. So, one of the co-workers actually, who was a big fan of Legends material, alright, actually does enjoy this movie. So, what's really interesting to me is how this movie so far, behind the scenes, is getting a lot of high praise. And that's really kind of exciting in a way. Now, sure, take it for what it is. You know, these are other people's opinions. Everybody's going to have their own opinion. This doesn't really speak for the majority just yet. But I will say that the fact that one of the people that disliked The Last Jedi is actually liking the footage that is coming together for this film, it could honestly go both ways. You know, this is raw footage, mind you. There's no music, there's no cuts, there's no dialogue. From what they're seeing, these are pretty much raw edits. You know, just raw pieces of footage that were filmed on set, for all we know. But so far, guys, you know, it does sound very optimistic. It is quite uplifting to hear that people that did not like The Last Jedi on set are actually enjoying the footage that is coming together by JJ and crew. And the fact that there is a crew member that is a big fan of Legends material is actually really enjoying this movie, and that it's tears of joy, alright, level satisfied. So Tears of Joy level satisfied is something that we need in a Star Wars film. Something that I feel that we should have actually gotten in The Last Jedi. And if you guys actually did get that emotional connection, that's perfectly fine and okay and all. But as for me, I did not get that in the movie. So I'm hoping that we do get something like this in Episode 9 as described. So the other things that I do want to go over is that we do know that J.J. Abrams is really trying his very best in order to get this movie right. We do know that there were some rewrites and script adjustments as they were going through the filming of the second and third acts of this movie. They actually did some reshoots for the first act of the film just a couple of weeks ago, and they plan to do more reshoots, extensive reshoots, for the third act of Episode 9, which is to be expected, nothing too alarming. This usually happens on a lot of movies out there. I don't think it's going to be anything like Rogue One or Solo: A Star Wars Story level of reshoots, because those are just crazy. But looking at Episode 9, very important movie, like I say, always, in every video almost. It is a very important movie, because Disney and Lucasfilm see this as pretty much a course correction technique, not just to recover from the box office results from Solo: A Star Wars Story, but also as a way to satisfy a majority of Star Wars fans, both hardcore and casual fans around the world. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.